let the radiation take you to another place. Let it be your medicine. I'm already flying.
So it has been a while since I've last recorded a video. Lots of reasons why. The first reason is that school started, and I'm not gonna lie, like, my course load isn't actually that heavy, mainly because the way that the courses that I'm taking are formatted, they're just the loads that they give in terms of studying and papers and essays to write. They're not actually as heavy as they were last year, which is kind of weird because I'm a second year student now. The second thing is that throughout the entire summer I was unbelievably lazy, so getting up before 10 o'clock almost every day is kind of a hassle. So it took my body some time to get used to. I know that sounds super pathetic and inexcusable, and truth is, it is. I've also been having to balance all this with work. I've been working on the weekends, so that's kind of been cutting down on my time available for working on the minimal amounts of coursework that I have. And see, the thing is, I'm actually saying right now that the course load isn't that bad, but it's only been 3 weeks into the school year, so I'm actually waiting for things to actually kick into overdrive, for midterms to hit, and then final season, and then it's all just gonna come tumbling down on top of me. But enough about that, about my pathetic life. Here's some more stuff about my slightly more interesting life. So in the little time that's passed since I last recorded the last bi-weekly, I've done a lot of stuff. I visited a beach. This was kind of to commemorate the end of summer and beginning back in school. Kind of like a funeral, I would say, for the summer. It's kind of different because I hate swimming and I don't like swimming at all, specifically in public pools, but going to the beach was fun. It's very interesting because it's actually relatively near where I live, but I've never visited it because I've never just taken the time out to go out and explore where I live, which is kind of sad because I've been living here my entire life. Here, Sassmat Lake. Pretty noisy, lots of kids, lots of sun. I'm stupid and I'm not wearing swim shorts, so my underwear is like really wet. That's not fun. Her butt hurt. I'm evening out the tan. All my glasses tan. Hopefully the line's gonna disappear. Nice and sunny. I like the weather.
Pretty sunny.
Perfect weather.
For vlogging.
Perfect
and
temperature.
Even though we're not we can't swim.
I can't swim, so those are expensive. Another thing that I did is celebrate my birthday with friends. I would show you footage of that, but the majority of it is just me drinking because I turned 19. So on the topic of getting back into the routine of things, and me not being able to record a video mainly because I'm just exhausted all the time from work and getting back into school, sleep schedule, etc., etc. I wanted to talk about that, and specifically just how other people get into the routine of things from having something completely different and going into something that you've done before, or something that is still unfamiliar despite the fact that you've done it before in life. And that's when I talked to Vita.
Well, I worked in New York City last year, and so that was a whole different thing. That was a whole set of getting into my own routine there, and finding my way around the city and working. I was an au pair nanny, and I also did some other jobs. I was a barista, and then I worked for a healthy ice cream company, and eventually I established a routine there with my day-to-day schedule. But school is definitely a whole different thing, because you kind of, you know, your mind, your brain thinks in a different way. I think I have my old established schedules and routines from high school, but now that university is, you know, different, you're not at school for 8 hours a day, you kind of are able to find breaks, like in between your classes to like study and all of that, and now I'm just kind of starting to figure that out. I would suggest to ask other people what their routines and schedules are. I would say whatever kind of vague schedule you've had before, you can usually apply that to other things. Yeah, just find what works for you. I mean, it's really about what's most comfortable for you in each situation, and it doesn't matter how, like, what your schedule is, how you establish it, as long as it's good and it's healthy, then that's what matters. I find keeping like some sort of an agenda is really helpful. I put down, like, at least for here, I'm even starting to put down like every day, like what my classes are, the assigned homework, upcoming dates, etc. Reminders on my phone. Even just when it comes to like my eating schedule, I haven't quite established that, but I think, I mean, it is an important thing. But I think I'm starting to just like eat breakfast in my room because it's faster, and I make myself coffee in the morning, and then I go to class. And then, you know, somewhere throughout the day I'll get lunch and eventually dinner, and that's what is important. And
so when it really comes down to it, getting back into the routine of things is just a lot of dedication and a lot of biting the bullet and remembering how to do things like you did before. And see, the thing is, realistically, it shouldn't be that hard because 90% of the time you're just doing what you did before. Like for me, it's just waking up at 7 or 6:45 every morning, which is what I did 3 months prior to the end of August. So realistically, it shouldn't take that much effort. And I don't want to come down on people for saying like, you know, getting back into the habit of things isn't that hard. Because for me, these habits and these little challenges that I have to overcome are just minor things like getting back into sleep schedules, or trying to adjust my time management skills because I had nothing going on in the summer. These are just small things, but realistically, those kinds of challenges can definitely get significantly harder with the kinds of habits you're trying to get back into or get out of even. That's my take on the situation. I'm still in the process of getting back into the sleep schedule. You can kind of see the eye bags and the really messy hair, or maybe you didn't, and I just pointed it out to you and now you're gonna notice it. But anyways, that was this week. Those are my thoughts. I'll see you guys next time.